I was gonna say today was voting. Today was election.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean,
I
was expecting people to be more like, I don't know, more talkative about it, I guess.
Nigga, what timeline you on? My shit is filled.
At work? No. I'm saying in person. I'm talking about people in person.
It's kind of like
social media. Like, yeah, niggas go talk shit on social media.
It's kind of like,
which is corny to me.
It's kind of looked down upon to discuss politics in the workplace. That's probably why.
Man,
they going around asking niggas, "Have you voted?"
Nah, they wasn't speak. Nah, not like in terms of like, did you vote or what? But like just hearing about it. Period. Like, I mean, I saw a lot of places in the area that I worked at boarding up their windows and stuff.
I'm about to get into that. Yeah.
With anticipation of potential rioting and stuff again because of the unfortunate turnout, depending on which way it turns out. But
it could be on both sides, honestly.
For the most part, like management, they ain't like before. They was walking. One of them in particular was walking around trying to sign niggas up, make sure they register to vote and shit. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like niggas not supposed to do that.
Unethical.
In the workplace, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, and then hinting at which party, like all this is unethical.
Yeah.
So yeah, they ain't say
we haven't
shit
had that
today.
at all, my job.
They ain't say shit. The most that happened is they bought us food. They bought the whole staff food and the lunchroom was packed.
Oh, so the food was kosher?
No.
Interesting.
It's never kosher. But it's like Taco Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
We had tacos.
They owe LeBron a check.
But yeah, that's the most. So I was like wondering, like, what's the irony between? I mean, not irony, but the coincidence between, like, what's the significance
of them not saying nothing at all?
Of them buying food on election day.
Oh, okay. Oh, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? I was off today. Enjoying myself. I voted for Kanye.
Was Kanye in the race?
I don't know, because I saw something that said that he admitted to voting for himself. So maybe he was in it. He wasn't like a major like piece. He probably was like on like an independent. He wasn't in it at all.
Because I think he's claiming Republican, isn't he?
I don't know. Cause I think he took a step back from saying all that. I think he's independent.
But he's
knowing Kanye, he seemed more of like I'm an independent. I'm not either side type guy.
Fucking wild card.
Yeah, but yeah, my timeline and feed was filled.
I saw people walking around with like the pin or
the sticker.
Sticker.
I voted. Yeah.
Oh, I voted.
Yeah. Hey man, more power to y'all.
Yeah, I voted,
but
I did vote. I did vote.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Who you vote for?
Elijah Muhammad.
Mm-hmm. All right.
People gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah. With the whole, I've been seeing, not me personally with my own eyes, but I've been seeing like a lot of stores on Fifth Avenue boarding up their stores and preparing for looting and I think on both sides it could be some, because people really don't want Trump to get another term. So I think that's just going to be.
I wonder why.
And then, I mean,
all we heard was dumb shit.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I don't know.
Take away. Come on. If you really look at the violence that occurred,
to be honest,
occurring.
Not to be honest, I mean, I don't make it.
All we heard was dumb shit,
like,
and his representation of a commander in chief for a country of this stature. A lot of people view as inadequate, which is a fact. But that's people main like.
Look, I'll say this. Cause I'm not into politics.
I'm not either, but I'm just saying, like, niggas been getting shot and all of this.
There are certain things that have gotten pointed out to me that the reason why, like, besides his rhetoric and besides his verbiage, there are certain things that he has done that people feel is harmful, like appointing certain judges that have certain ideologies that are not.
That's what I'm
helpful.
saying. All those other Supreme Court justices have the same ideologies, though. So look at all the presidents that appointed them niggas.
But
But that's my point.
But
like,
their point is that he's the one in office now, and he's appointing more of people like that.
So they prefer seeing it done on a smaller scale, on a more gradual basis.
No, they probably just prefer him not to appoint those judges.
I agree too.
Another thing that they said, which I agree with, we can't deny.
I'm not saying all of these things he's doing is correct. By the way, for the listeners, just so
I understand why niggas don't want him in.
I'm just saying, like, people are not being honest with themselves.
His verbiage, besides, like, I think the media part is a lot of his verbiage, but from folks that I've heard speak about him, they do have some good points with reason why they won't win him in. And one of the biggest ones is that we can't deny that he, over his last 4 years or 3 years that he's been in office, at certain, at particular rallies and certain things he would say, it's very like violence inciting. It's very like, if you don't agree with us, we should fuck you up.
That is a fact.
Like, he's not saying it verbatim, but he'll say like,
he would hint at it and
little stuff. Elbow won't hurt, or like, we used to rough them up back in the day. We used to punch them in it. You know what I'm saying? So little things like that, those MAGA niggas, they hearing that and they getting like, they getting amped up. So his rhetoric is very I would say problematic. It's very it's very insinuating of violence. So I understand when people was like, nah, we need him out. I saw a video recently that showed a video of, and he put a good perspective on it. It showed a video of somebody driving in like a little minivan. Nah, not a minivan. It was like a tour bus, but it wasn't like a big tour bus. Probably maybe like 8 seats, and it had Biden Harris on it, and these pickup trucks, always pickup trucks. You niggas love pickup trucks. It pickup trucks and Toyotas and all the other shit, and they surrounded the truck, like one in the front, 2 on the side, 1 in the back, and they was harassing them. I think they was armed and shit. And the black comedian, he was like, see, this is why. He was like, whether or not you think both sides is bad, cool. We both can agree that both sides is not the best candidates, right? Joe Biden isn't the best, but we gotta get something like this out of the White House, because these people feel like they have the wherewithal to approach people who have a different political stance in them and intimidate them with guns. We haven't really quite seen that before during a presidential term. Not to this degree. At least I haven't in my lifetime. I haven't seen niggas really on they bully like, now it's Trump, and if you not with Trump, like, we going to your car and we harassing you with guns on our hip. We haven't quite seen that. And I think a lot of that is, I won't attribute all of it to him, because they was already racist before he came in office. But I do think that his rhetoric added a little seasoning salt on that shit. Like, it's time
he put a battery in these people's back. These people always existed. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It's like people are selecting their fights. These people always existed. They're always going to exist. All these cops and Sarahs and all of this. Okay, Karens. All right, Karens, whoever it is, Margaret, Susan, whoever. Like, I'm speaking to people who's not using their brain. Okay, Biden goes in office. Let's say the Democrats win a three-peat like the Bulls in the 90s. For the next 3 terms, in terms of president, Biden going, let's say Kamala Harris going, let's say Elizabeth Warren third-legged. Or whoever, Hillary, because I know, black people. Uneducated people love Hillary Clinton and shit. So you telling me all these Karens and Susans and Margarets who live in these condos and apartment complexes, they magically, their ideologies is magically eradicated?
Nah,
under a different, not you, I'm saying, but I'm just saying to people like,
think that either.
You're not being realistic. People, this is what I'm saying. People, they don't want to face the problem. It's like having some internal issues going on with yourself.
Facing it would be a civil war.
No, I wouldn't say that.
How else?
It can be that, but I wouldn't say that. What is the problem exactly? Because the
white
problem is going
supremacy
to
is the mega problem.
okay now, but
And
see,
the attitude.
that is the problem for us as black people.
Mm-hmm.
What is their problem? Their problem is not white supremacy. Asians' problems is not white supremacy.
You gotta. They don't think it is, but it is.
Well, everybody
They're not
else's
at the-
problem is indeed white supremacy,
Yeah.
but
It isn't as
some
big of a
people,
problem
but
as-
some Asians are amalgamated into white supremacy. They're even
Right.
marrying in and reproducing, and they're inheriting the privileges of. They're even practicing white supremacy from the blueprint.
Uh-huh.
So Asians, I would say it's a little like that is a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Blurred right there.
Okay.
But okay, my point is this: regardless of who sits in office, the problem of white supremacy for black people will always exists. How do black people get rid of this problem? Okay, we know economic. Is everybody black practicing economic inclusion? No, that's a fact.
No.
So now, one of the main solutions to our problem we're not doing. That's why I said it's like going into yourself. If you have certain internal issues and you know to yourself that I have to really like either seek out a therapist or really like, dwell on this and make sense of this problem. But because I don't like going back in my head to that tragic, point in time, because it's very uncomfortable, I may start shaking. I may be anxious. Who knows what, but I get very uncomfortable when I go back to that time in my head. So I prefer doing things that take my mind away from thinking about that. That's what the fuck we doing. On a large scale, black people, yeah. We're not to take it even further. I'm going to be 100% transparent. Like, to take it even further, we're not educating ourselves on the policies and laws. Policies and laws that give us rights in terms of how to maneuver in this. We don't even equip ourselves on that. So now we're not practicing economic inclusion. We're not learning laws. So we don't know. We're just blindly voting or blindly saying things, opposing things, or going or agreeing with things. In addition to that, we are.
The thing is, well, not to cut you off, but I understand what you're saying, but I think people's mindset on getting Trump out is not that they think that the racists are going to just disappear. Like, oh, our guy is out. I guess it's time for us to go. We just going to be. Thing is, they don't want things to get worse. So if you look at it like that, like as far as like we already agreed that Trump put a battery in these niggas' back, right? Mm-hmm. So that's creating an environment for these niggas who we already agreed that white supremacy rule the country, but in like, behind the scene ways. Now they're more upfront with it. I guess their mindset is we can't give these niggas any more power than they already have, to the point where they feel like they can approach women, children, men armed and feel like they can get away with murder just because they disagree with a political stance. So niggas may not want Biden in, but he looks like a better.
He's preferred. That's the word.
Yeah,
preferable.
He's just a better option away from the
the blatant dickhead.
One is
blatant.
What's the word?
Worst option. I'm gonna finish off my points though.
Yeah, sure.
Because this is the last one. The last thing, we are not even learning for the most part. Well, for the most part, we're not united. Period. In terms of protecting ourselves on a physical level, we are not united. That's the last and most important. Well, last of the three most important. Those are the three most important aspects of why, of our problem, for black people, our solutions, how we can usurp ourselves from this predicament. Unify, economic inclusion amongst each other, and
physical defense or the physical.
No. That was that was the unification.
Oh.
Economic inclusion. It was some shit else I mentioned.
Knowing the laws.
Knowing laws. Yeah. You're educating yourselves.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally it. But that's the hardest homework that you ever told niggas in life. Because this is my thing, right? You mentioned, all right, Biden would be a better suit or whatever, and people are not gonna. It's all preferred.
I'm not
and
saying
all.
me. I'm just saying what people.
Well, their defense. Yeah. Their defense.
I'm a fly on the wall.
Me too. It's just that I'm gonna be objective with our people though, because our people, we just want the safety net. That's it. And right now, for the majority of the country want the safety net. But I'm not. I don't care about other groups though. I'm speaking. That's why I'm like focusing on our people. We just focused on getting by. Like we want racism, but we want passive racism.
We want passive. They want. Well, this is for me too.
I can't say we want racism. I should recant that.
No, the thing is,
but we want passive racism.
It's not that we want racism,
rather than eradication of racism.
Eradication isn't going to happen overnight, right? So the only two options.
It can, though.
No, it cannot. No,
it can.
How? Let me finish real quick.
No, I'm gonna just. If I tell 1 million, if it was 1 million black people in America, right? But in total, okay. And I told them, or it was told to them on one day, everybody got told the same thing. They get told those 3 points that I just mentioned. You now have a choice on some Sasuke shit. You have a choice to usurp yourself, but people won't do it. That's what I'm saying. It can happen.
Being realistic though, there ain't gonna be a moment where you say one thing and then every one of us just abide by that. It's a journey. It takes time. I do think that we are moving towards that goal. I do think it's more woke. I think it's more woke and conscious black people than it was in the past.
I agree.
I think so.
And I know it's not going to be 100.
It can happen,
but all people.
But we can't just like. I don't think it'd ever be a moment in time where a nigga would make an announcement like, let's say Farrakhan, right? Nigga, we all doing this.
I know that. Then, it's proven to not happen. That's what I'm saying.
But
a large degree of us want passive racism over our freedom. That's what I'm saying. Over sovereignty. Over.
I don't agree with that part. I'm gonna tell you why. It's not that we want passive racism. We're gonna get racism right now. It's what it is. We're gonna get it. We live in this country. We're gonna get it. It's just right now we have two options, right? Which option can be a better? Which option can be a better environment for us to go towards our goal, and which option can be going backwards, right? We are dealing with reality right now, right?
Yeah.
So if with Trump, it could be more aggressive, which will probably take us longer to get to our thing.
And people are scared.
Or if we get passive, of course we don't want it, but we get passive, and because it's passive, it'll be an easier environment for us to shoot towards our goal rather than going against the aggressor. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say.
All right, and this is another main point I'm gonna address too. Because
it's like a nigga with a hand and a nigga with a gun. They both bad. He gonna punch you. He gonna shoot you. You want the nigga that can punch you. You might win better. That's how I'm gearing it. You know what I mean?
I get it, but the way America's judicial system is set up, it's like the nigga with the hands. It's like Floyd Mayweather. So damn, nigga.
But ain't no gun though.
You gonna get fucked up every time.
Ain't no gun though.
Ain't no gun, but you still gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, but at least you got a chance to probably live and try to make some moves.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? That's just how I'm seeing it.
All right, but we not even learning. And us learning these laws is us learning how to fight. Us going to... Yeah, that's the journey. That's the journey. I agree. Anyway,
you can learn how to fight.
I'm very optimistic. Yeah. I know that all of this is going to be, a thing of the past.
Yeah.
At some point in the future. I know that. These demonic niggas ain't always gonna be here. But my thing is this. You mentioned in defense of, as a defense point for, people pro-Democrats or whoever, they'd be like, oh, right. People, we don't want people to be getting gunned down and all these things, like, at this alarming rate, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it been happening. The church bombing of 4 girls was in the 60s. Trayvon Martin was under Barack Obama. Like, this shit been happening. Like, I don't care who's in office. This is what I'm saying to people. Like, they're focused on... See, this is the problem with people. People are very, very impressionable. I don't care what age group you belong to. When you sit in your own quiet moment and you critically analyze life or your life at that current point in time, and your spirit, your mind is talking to you and making sense of things, yeah, that is the right information. That is the real information.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put on that TV and you tune into MSNBC and you watch these fucking CIA operatives talk to you in a manipulative fashion and you get riled up and you're so pro-Democrat and pro-MSNBC or pro-Fox or pro-CNN or pro-Toonami, whatever you're pro, yeah, that is your battery being charged up. And now when you come across anybody who's spewing anything opposite to your stance or the stance of the people that you rock with the most, now you're about to regurgitate everything that you just been told without applying your own research, without applying your own critical analysis and you get what I'm saying? So this is what's happening that I notice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we talked about that before. Yeah. I agree. I mean, I ain't really got.
I mean, I don't know where else to go with this.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. I mean,
this whole Trump shit, I don't even care about it. I don't care about it. I care about what stocks is gonna go up. That's what I care about. That's what I honestly care about.
I feel you.
Because this is how I'm gonna be able to help my family and ultimately my people. I'm already equipping myself with the knowledge part.
That's one stance. Yeah.
So we have to equip ourselves with the resource, and once I apply the knowledge and the resource, and that's how I can start making changes, tangible changes. Because I already make changes. It's just that people, they measure your changes by tangible shit, buildings, wealth,
Right.
Can't be like, oh, I told somebody how to save their life. Yeah, okay. How much is that worth, though? That's niggas' minds. So,
right. But let's move on, though.